Hello everybody and welcome back to Oakbridge Farm. We are in the previous episode, which was earlier on today, we just got a chicken coop. So we are now loading up with some of our barley, which I think it's 22,000 litres, I think is what we get. So we're going to try get that or just under that into this trailer to make sure they've got some food and start producing as soon as possible. That is close enough. That's if it is 22,000. So we're going to do that, and once we've given the chickens some feed, I also want to look at TMR mixers. We can either get one that's a tow behind that we have to mix up every time by ourselves, or just released today, I think, or yesterday, is the static ones. Did you just see the massive Ferguson jump up then? The static ones, they are, I think they're 47,000 to buy, and there is, I think I may have shown it before, there is this one in the sale, which is 24,000 litres, so it's a decent size, but I am just thinking that will depreciate a lot quicker, and if we get the static one, we are sort of built for it. I'll show you where I'm thinking of putting it. We're sort of building this yard around putting that one in. Hopefully, with all the landscaping, we haven't messed anything up, and this should be the trigger. So we just back on into here. There we go. Press. Oh, I've reversed out the trigger. Hold on. Let's go forward again. Where's the trigger gone? That's interesting. Right, let's try this one more time. So let's reverse back. There we go. So we can get that tipping, and whilst that's tipping, I will show you what I am thinking of getting and where to put it. It is in containers. The one thing that's confusing is I don't understand why there's so many different options. Like, we have loads, so I am thinking if I went for that one, it's the same price and everything, would that be best? Like I say, I have no idea. And hopefully we should be able to put it. Why is it floating? Hopefully should be able to put it somewhere like there, maybe. And then it means the trailer, we can pull the trailer underneath. Is that still floating, or is that right? I can't tell if that's floating or not. That is. If we go far enough back, will that... I think we'll try it, and if it's wrong, we can always take it out and go again. But that's where I think we should be. To free mode. Place that. And it's wobbling. Brilliant, we got the correct... Let's have a look in here. Yes, it was 22,000, so that is all but full for eggs. This now, we just have to be careful, because, hold on, with super strength on, I could pick it up. What I may do, that's a bit better by the looks of it. So, if we go, so that's the chickens fed, we want to now go find our claws. If we drop the trailer off and go get the fork, we can start put the forks, we can start putting some hay in, and we can also put straw and some silage in and just start to fill it up and get that working, because once the water buffalo run out of silage additive, not silage additive, silage as their main feed, we are going to have to start getting some TMR into them to give them that extra 20% boost, which should, I would say theoretically, give us 20% more buffalo milk. But we'll go and start getting this all loaded up. brilliant. Well, I'm hoping that will be enough. We'll just drop the spike off here. That'll be enough for us in the next day or next couple of hours when we need to use it again, so that we have some TMR ready. But we'll hop, let's just turn this off, and we will go back to the John Deere, and we'll go look. Brilliant, look, they've already made some eggs in a very, very short space of time. But when we open here are our chickens. Plenty of food in, so I'm very interested to see how this mod goes. Like I said, there was a bigger coop. I can't shut the door. These doors are just a bit temperamental at times. Yeah, there was a much bigger one that we could have used, but we didn't get the solar panels, which was something that I was very much looking forward to. But, right, if we drop the trailer off, we now need to go and find the baler, which I think that's over by the spinnery, which of course is an FS22 spinnery, which I do think it fits in with the map a lot better than the wooden sort of more American style, the wooden more American style ones that are out, well, that come with the base game. Oh look, the Massey's finished its job, so that's brilliant. We'll just check, because these sheep do take a bit of attention. Yeah, they're all out of water. Let's quickly go. I'm hoping there should be some water left in here, which we can quickly tip into them. And I just need to figure out why it's saying they've got no food. Let's do that. It said no. Oh no, they've got full food, full water. Brilliant. So you're probably sick of hearing me say brilliant all the time. Let's finally get the baler on. There's already 1,336 litres of hay, so that was from the previous field, and this can all go into these bales. I will make a start on here. Interesting that the tedder seems to have kicked some hay out of reach for the worker to get, which I don't think it's too much, but it's definitely enough. It's all worth gathering back up. Just get these little bits, and then look at it all over the road there. These bigger windrowers are very, very, very good, but they seem to kick the swaths. They seem to pull them further back to where a little one wouldn't pull them as far back, because obviously they've got four sort of, what would you call them? The rotating arms, the rotating discs. Or would they be the actual windrows, with four of them working together, two slightly wider and then the two at the back slightly narrower? It just sends obviously your grass like that a lot further back than what a smaller one would do. The olives, they should be ready next month as well. We only have 1 month in which we can get into harvesting them, so we'll have to get them done and get them to the oil mill as soon as possible, just to try and make sure we make as much money there. But we may have to. I think the only downside with the olives at the minute is our trailer. Will we do it? No. Our trailer, we'll have to take the greedy boards off, because I think it will be too high. Come on. I think as is, it will be too high for the olive harvester to be able to reach to tip into the back. Whilst we're here, we should really, I think we can return the windrower now. So vehicles, that silage fault, we should really get that sent back at some point. So let's return that. What else have we got on lease? The drill, so we need to keep that, because that will be next month. I need to have a look to see what we can drill, but I do think if we can, let's look on here. So planting season, so we can put barley in October, where's wheat, and we can put wheat in. I think one of these sunflower fields are going to have to be wheat, just to make sure that we've got enough chicken food. It's that, or we could very possibly go for sorghum. But I believe sorghum, you get a bit more money for sorghum, so I don't really want to waste it on chickens eating. Waste your barley, you get a lot higher. I think, is it bigger return with your barley, yield, sorry, a bigger yield with your barley, and it's worth less. With that all being said, I think there's not much more to do than to get cracked on and get this field, get it finished baled, and then we'll gather them all up and we can take them to our shed. Two bales now, so we are on 28 plus 8, well, so we would have done 38 bales out of this field, and I'm sure, whether I have to have the baler on or not, I'm sure there was a recent mod out that gave you a bale counter, which I have put on, but like I say, I don't know whether I need to have the baler attached to know what I've done. But what I can do, if I go into here, statistics, so this session I've done 40 bales. Oh, that's interesting. I've used a lot of fertilizer, and I've only got 2 collectibles. That could be something that's worth looking into, seeing if I can find any more of these collectibles, with there being 23 left, and they've used the same as on Riverbed Springs, the old farm machinery. That's what we're looking for. But I would imagine, by all the sell points, I imagine there'll be quite a few around, and also in the town. Or should I say in the village. Right, let's drop them there. Lower this down. Our bale store's soon starting to build up. And there's not much, you can't see much TMR in there at the minute, but we'll pack this up, and then I think that is time for us to go to bed, and then the next job is to look at what combine we want, which I have realised, and I sort of got my fingers crossed massively. Buying that static mixer has put us very short of cash, especially when we need to lease a combine harvester and the header, as well as renting the olive harvester. So we may just have to have a look to see if there's anything we can sell to try and cover those costs a bit better. But let's put this on in preparation for the morning. Oh, so if I'm in reverse still. I've missed it. This is not a good advert for my driving, is it? So put that on, we'll turn that off, and let's go. What we'll do is from here, we will have a little run about, because there must be something round here. There must be. But we'll have I'll have a little run about on our way to the house, and if we find anything, oh hello Walter. If we find anything, then I can bring you all back. Well, before pressing F1, I would say that's one. So there's another 10,000. And then they've got to be all... You would imagine that they must be fairly close together, because it's not the biggest of places. I keep thinking these wheelbarrows must be one, but they're not. That certainly isn't, but there must be another one. I'll have a quick look round if we can find another one or two more before we sleep, because I don't know. You're David, is it? Can't remember. Yeah, we'll have a quick look around, see if we can find another one or two more, and then hopefully with what the BGA sends to us overnight, that should help. That's our house, so I can't see there being any just there. And I forget your name. Aha. There's one. Now we just need one more. I keep checking all these buckets. I'm sure one of these buckets somewhere will be one, but we haven't looked. I can't see there being one in there. But is there what's that? Brilliant. Well, on that note, we will head back to the house and we will sleep and we will see you in the morning. Well, the weather does not look like it is in our favour. There's nothing in the sail, so what we need to do is, I think we look at the headers first. So it's going to here. Now I'm in forage harvesters. We don't need, if we can go for a 9 metre. Why is that cheaper than 10? That's interesting. 6.6. We don't need any of these big ones. Let's see, combinations. So I think, whoa, that's expensive. What about this one? Okay, so that's much better. These are all a lot cheaper. So 301. I think we're going with the case again, but the smaller. We're going with a smaller version. I don't want to go with the twin wheels. Just standard, I think. And the auger should be enough, so we will lease that, which that's not taking too much money. We will lease this, and I don't think we need a header trailer for that. So let's go. Oh, I've gone past it. There we go. Let's fire this up and we will take this to the field. I've never really been one to use the case machinery, so this is quite nice. That with the price, you know, with how much everything's costing, it's sort of forcing me to use it, which it's always a very pleasant change. And yeah, there could be a trailer, but I'm hoping we can get down this road with fairly little hassle, and we'll do the furthest away field first, and we can slowly make our way back. In an ideal world, it'll be nice that we don't fill this all up in one go, because then we don't have to bring the tractor and trailer over. But on the flip side, we would like to fill this up as many times as possible, so that we've got as many sunflowers as possible to go into our sawmill. I'm already missing a bit, that's not good. So at 6 miles an hour, so I'll probably put the real speed mod on and just pull that up to 9 just for speed. But that's a very beautiful picturesque sight, is that, with the fog coming over with the sun. That is lovely. And I don't think we needed any bigger header on this. We should get through these fields hopefully fairly quickly. glad we didn't bring the John Deere over here. Otherwise that would have been a waste of time to then be taking 2 machines back. But that is almost perfect that we've managed to... Well, look at that, 9,900 litres, 93%. So we'll fold the header up, and on our way past the livestock farm, we can go and tip this into the John Deere, and then I'm unsure whether to let a worker do the next sunflower field whilst we do the olives, or we can do the olives and then it may be time to look at calling it a day once we've done the olives. But we'll get back to the livestock farm, get this emptied, and then see where we are. Well, that doesn't fit through there, does it? Now it does. We'll have to see who owns that gate. If it's us, we may be able to sell it and take it out and put a bigger one in. But, well, there's no sunflowers to harvest with this thing in here, is there? So if we just leave this here, and let's go find the John Deere. And that's just flicking through vehicles there. Just reminded me I must weed. Oh, I'm hoping I'm not too late because I slept through. I moved on a day, didn't I? I may have just messed up in not being able to use the hoe, but we can have a quick look in a second. We'll empty this into here, and then I would imagine it's not going to be. Oh, hello. I would imagine it's not going to be one full trailer load going to our oil mill, but we may have to look at acquiring a smaller trailer for our olives. And empty. If I couldn't get through that one gate down the track there, I'm unsure whether I'll be able to get into this next field. It may be worth turning this next field into a grass, where our next sunflower field, turning that back into grass, and then looking at putting this into an arable crop. I don't know yet, but we will soon find out. This is where I think we're going to struggle. We can go down the road a little bit, but will we? No. So before we cause any damage, especially because this machine isn't ours, that's the last thing we'd want to do, as I'm about to reverse into a telegraph pole. We will go down here and see if this, I'm unsure if it's a double metal gate or a single, but are we going to be able to get through here? Okay, this is causing a bit of a problem. Well, there is some double gates. This should hopefully get us in. That has been a bit of an ordeal, but it's one of the brilliant things about this map, that it is a challenge. You have these big fields, where you need the big machinery, but then it's made that a lot harder to try and get into them, to be able to do. Hold on, I'm folding the harvester there. It's then made a lot harder that you've got to pick and choose which fields are the best ones to try and do it, to try use. So I think this will most likely have to be turned back to grass, I would have said, just for easiness sake. That field up there in front of us, if we were to ever buy that, you'll be able to take the fence and the hedge out, so that should be very beneficial for access to get into there. It'll be interesting if we go into the time-saving stock check. So we've got 671,000 worth of stuff. But I don't quite know what's canola oils December, buffalo milk. I should really sell that now, but I don't want to. And that is about everything really that we can sell. So there's nothing ready to go just yet. This should hopefully be a full hopper full out from here. It's just a shame that we're not going to get as many sunflowers as what we would have liked. And it's just like I say, trying to decide what we're going to do with this field. I don't know whether it's worth, like I've said, to look at the heads going into there. I'm going down. That's brilliant. This game really has come on leaps and bounds since 22. There's definitely some quirks and some things that do need ironing out, but what doesn't in life? We'll just take this bit of a headland off, give us a bit more room for turning. That is the sunflower harvest finished. So we'll go empty this. So, like I say, it's not a full trailer load, but it's definitely something to keep the oil mill finally going again. Would have been handy if I probably hadn't sold all that canola when I did at the time. Just slightly short. I've left myself a very narrow margin to get in. So we hop out of that into here. How much more has that got to go? Because as soon as that's done with, we will return it, so we're not clocking the hours up and getting any extra charges. So that vehicles, where will it be? So we can return that. Yes, please. That must be the drill. There's the header. Return that. Yes, please. And we can now, with 24,754 litres of sunflowers, we can now get ourselves up to the oil mill. Look at our trees! Half of them have decided to grow. Are they the lodgepole? Will it tell us if we go up to them? Are these the lodgepole pine? So the lodgepole have finally grown another growth state, which is amazing. But these ones seem to be a bit slower, but that's amazing that they've finally started to grow. That's taken an in-game year I think, but when those other ones grow it'll really fill it in, and I'm looking forward to that, because that'll be when we do eventually get into there. We'll be leasing one of the wood harvesters, so it'll be lovely to be able to use one of them. The only thing I'm sort of dreading is trying to pick up all the logs after we've cut them all. And the oil mill. Let's tip into here, and then next time we will have to look at getting the olives harvested, and then we will also have, look at that perfect timing. Is that rain just, well, that's rain just starting now, so we've timed that to perfection. So next time we've also got the water buffalo, where hopefully by the end of the next episode we'll be able to start filling these up with TMR. But we need the olives. If we go to here, they're ready to harvest, so we can do them next time. And this field here, I think, wants to go into wheat, so that we make sure we have plenty of food for our chickens. So before we forget, let's go on to the biogas. That needs more silage. That goes through silage like no tomorrow. But oil mill. Sunflowers, activate. We will store them. The spinnery is out of wool, so there'll be some wool to put into there. The sawmill is out, but we should have some stuff there. The canola's out there, so we should have probably filled that at the same time. And the greenhouses, plenty of water, that's selling. So I think that will do for today. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have all enjoyed it, Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye for now.